mùa ý thứ chúa cầu ly nương rỡ nước chi trầu trong lòng chân
surely giới tuần sai mong của họ luyện nhất đó lúc chuột xa Western and Southern life miếng mua lại xin trong đó lúc lạ giờ nó có thiết có chuyện này chỉ tao mua ít có policy đóตัวมาหูtao cho nên đầu o sùn chua lau bê sùn bê chua sẽ ý nữ rong xe yo ba con của chờ
cái nhớ rong xuống xe đó cho nênสิ่งที่นึกจานเราไปจับผู้รับเสด็จผู้ยาวคนจังหวัดผู้ยาวตัวประธานของSGU Veterans and Family of California cú chỉ là cú tu trò đấy cú là ít tu và minh nhuận ít tu cú tu trò xứ anh thu nào bên tôi xin chỉ trong the City of Clovis là các trong the Clovis Memorial District lúc nào bên tôi là giờ và lúc City of Clovis là nó cho nó Colonel Lorenzo Rios và giờ tu CEO nhất trong họ lúc và nên là Clovis District Memorial nó giờ lại cũng là một cái khó khăn cho bên mong tới chiến trị và bên tàu ba châu và nên là America thầu cho nhất là là cá tê là giờ thì bên hồ thì nhất là cái kiểm lo thì bên thì và Secret War in Laos thì lúc này ít lúc tranh hành cho họ tàu châu cho chỉ xong rồi lúc và vấn thi bên lúc ý lính đủ ít chút một cho ý giờ thật thâu giàu và nên là bây giờท่านผลว่าปอที่กรณีเดียวแรกก็เราหมู่ชิ้นชี้ก็เราหมู่ฟอร์มเราหมู่จีจาลูจะว่าตุ้เจ้าว่า SGU อย่าเล่นดาวเราจะไปต้นนู้นเราไปเที่ยวต้นยาวสักหันเที่ยวต้นยาวสักเดียวจีนผลอยู่ที่ไทยตู้วันหนอจืดแต่ไปยังมองว่ามัวเก็บพุ่งยืนจากอเมริกาอย่าเล่นจักเก็บพุ่งยืนแต่ตอนเจ้าจบชี้ช่องตัวนู้นหนอที่ช่องหนอละอย่าเล่นดาวรงเชียตัวจีนเนี่ยตรงนู้นน่ะอีเปลี่ยนหมดแล้วจีละไปเจียบปอดจีเดียว
nhớ rằng thà giờ bây ít chục thì chỉ cái nên rằng là nó cũng luôn bây giờ chỉ nên qua bây giờ bây chỉ thôi phần vào bao tôn giờ nè lúc nói lúc ý liền tôi vẫn thi bây trong áp hành của trâu luôn trong Clovis tên nó tên chữ nó tên cho nó cho qua họ lúc giờ Clovis lúc nó là cũng muốn lúc nó là thời giờ bây giờ có tu tròn bây chỉ thôi phần vào bao lời bây giờ mong SGU nè lúc nó là hai kiệt rồi bây giờ tu tròn mong vậy họ một chiến trị chắp lời rồi bây giờ tròn mong sẽ được chắp được rồi ý tròn mong thông ăn đồ khư hay tiệt bây giờ rồi lúc tây lúc chờ từ là bây mong yên mua chỉ mong gì mua con mong bây lúc nó nhớ rồi sáng là bây tây chỉ mình cả nó rồi lúc rồi Clovis rây rò cho mường là rồi cho nó chú mi cả cho nó là con mi cả là họ tì là đã thử cho bé ít种phong sơn đời cho nên cho chị cho bỏ cho giờ tê cứ tê tì tê nâng tê trả đó bé chỉ thằng này phong ra bỏ li bắt thành bỏ cho hayตัวมีการจะรัวหัวหลือยอดตัวที่เขียนบล็อกตัวกับชื่อลูกชงได้ตัวที่จะจะอยู่ที่ยัยคอมนงริเกิงก็ตัวลูกที่เขียนมีการนู่นน่ะลูกกูยอดจะเป็นมงตัวเจ้าตัวจีไอ้คนนั้นยัยคอเป็นเชื่อโรงเรียนนะชาลีน่าตัวอีจงเนี่ยจะเกิดในจากเชื่อ的บอลลินดา
ตามองกูตัวเลยเราเดินเลยตอนนั้นนอนเกินตอนจอนนอนเตี้ยได้ทีกูหมอเอาไปขอนะอะไร
啥多少不咋干呢？
早啊，早，
就把个对。
hiện tại cháu rồi
省里办的是省了，省完的那省完我给的了。好，讲好了，收到了，收到了。
有没有个不把一懂呢？
刚都把了都去去。
有见了他们把这了说过哈。
OK。
那边去找啥？没找对象嘞。
你来问ใจจุดเจอที่ตา
要问ใจจุดเจอ喏。
问ใจจุดเจอที่ตา
啊，葫芦打了，那现在阿鲁罗打的是呢。
哦。就อัพดูจะรอจ้านี่问ใจจุดเจอที่แม่
ลองเจอกับตาแค่ตอนนี้นะ
ตาไปต่อ
ชั่วอย่าชั่ว
โอเคใจจุดเจอที่ตาคนนี้เราต้องบอกว่าไม่ใช่แบบนี้
ชั่วตัวชัดต่อ
ชั่ว
ตัวชัดต่อตัวชัดต่อชัดต่อเลยเจอเลย
แล้วตัวชัดต่อ
ตัวชัดต่อนะ
ต้นละไทยต้นละ
โอเค
อันนี้เดี๋ยว
เสร็จแล้วเสร็จแล้ว
ก็ตีตุ่นเดี๋ยวน้องตีซักก็ตัวน้องตีซัก
โอเค
น้องจริงดิก็ตัวของน้องที่ปอน
นี่จะเป็นตาว่า
โอ้ตัวโจ้ไปเลยจะไปปวดตา
你现在我打的我去打牌嘛，查一些多呢。
我在这我在打 นี่ตา
chị ta đó
แต่ก็ชิตีโดนตา
giá
นี่แต่ก็ชิตีโดนตา
biết cho mà chỉ là xỉn tao mới cho chỉ nó
เจ้าคุณน้องนะนี่เชื่อเจ้าคุณน้อยก็ปล่อยจังหวะ
là có một suy nghĩ là
bây giờ là chứ
có một suy nghĩ mà nó thế
rồi đó
có một thay là cái điều có một suy nghĩ cho suy nghĩ nhiều điều mà nó
thay đổi cái chỗ tôi dùng
thế mà là
là giá về suy nghĩ nó nó rất là
路中央的不中高，只中高哇，啥个么路中切那边，
trong trẻ đâu nhỉ để sao thay luôn
路中切，
谢了，谢了，
trẻ都少我吃到了，吃到了，太多管。
giờ chỉ là các tụi chị tao tiền nó cũng ngay cái
ở bên thay
nó kia là bên đó ta hả nó
cơ
chả chỉ lo nè
cơ lòng đó nó mỏ
sáng được ha sáng được ha sáng được ha
sao nó theo i o p
dạ nó có tiền cơ ở đây
你做梦觉得是那呢？
trừ họ bọn những thá hạ nó thầy cái con rọc họ nói thế là đi vô ô đi nó đấy nó á nhỏ lo đấy
你个阿鲁住了住那哪天的呢？
cá liền lên thứ cá liền
哎，不谈。
giá cả xin đi nha
để nó đi rồi nó giá cái tuần đã hai rồi
giá cả xin đi cũng là nhưng giá nhỏ nó chưa là nên giá
đi
to là thế là
em đừng qua hả? Cái tổ đi thay tê tuần nọ cho họ thay tê tuần
tôi cảm ơn
không có tà mà thay tổ tà.
bây giờ tôi cảm ơn
tôi rồi thanh
Họ nói gì
xem bây giờ thì phân ra cứ
ต่อไปอย่างน้องเราด้านนั้นเชื่อเราไปอย่างน้องด้านนั้นเสียเดี๋ยวป้าเขาทั้งหมดไทยได้
看见轱辘了，ตัวเอาไปตัวไหนเจ๊จะ看见。
他们讲了杀起单薄了。
我也注意我讲了给我，讲也是为了太刀给嘛，你带不带人那都是到那样。
เลยมา
เขารู้ทันแล้วจำได้ป่ะ โอ้จบบ่โอ้จังเลย
Hey, ready 啊？你这边地方是哪？来海路了，你穿到来海路了？
ใช่เลยรู้ใช่
ไม่
อ่ะ
จงไม่เจริญถ้าเข้มกลัวว่า
你也个没对了，对的。个小个人啊，你到看片。
vô lên đất của nó
OK。
giá gồm bố lên đất của lúc cũng chạy tiếp của ta
穿连啲咯。
ใช่เป็นรถซิ
我俾那เขาต้องเออ
哦。
โอ้ตัวเนี้ย
โอเค
ตัวเนี้ยเขาจีได้ยังไงเขาเจียบรู้ว่ารู้นอนอยู่กับรู้ยังไงอ่ะช่วยแต่ตัวเนี้ย
จะคุกตัวคุกขอท่าเขาเจ้า
bắt thay cái này nó sẽ không có lúc thay thì to thay là tức là lúc thay
memorial นั่นน่ะ Okay, Clovis. Clovis memorial. Nhau chạy xe ông là na. Ừ.
เป็นคำเป็นหัวเป็นตรงคนที่เราเป็นตรงตัวเองเป็นอย่างไรฝังเส้น
cái lọ gì lấy cái lọ rồi đó lông cơ chia tím à chia lông sườn chia rồi là mẹ lông qua đi mua
anh đi cái như trang biển nó lên đi cáiตัวอะไรอ่ะว่าด้วย
그거 좀 도와. 괜찮으니까.
Qua hậu yêu này có
chỉ của hai tuần nó về nó tuần lì trong đó nó chỉ tác không
dạขึ้นนะ
Okay.
Sao? Mà qua mà qua chỗ nó
đi lên tuổi sao lo đâu mà rồi
nó kia này có những là lâu nè Check ya nha, có lúc cả check ya.
Sure. Go for it. Yeah. No, no, hold on. Có thành công.
And it continues to grow.
Yeah. That's how it is. Like 30 years ago.
When you say ready, Aaron,
Don't
we're
call,
done.
okay.
Okay. 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Yeah. Who's Mr. Flash? Who's Mr. Flash?
It's about understanding who you are and making sure it's important for us to finally come together to celebrate
All of them. The leaders. I'll pick it up. Yes. Morning. Morning. How are you, sir? Chief. On the right side, yeah. You're blocking there. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Please join us. Make your way to the materials. On the right side, on the right side. Come on, come on. Come on. Get on the right side.
And we also had 409 from the Central Valley, and some of them was from here. It means a lot. And I just hope that will reflect and talk to the kids about this. Teach them as they're growing up that there are other ways to do things rather than demanding more. It's not the old men who go to war and die, it's the kids who go to war and die and put their life on the line.
Remember that the average age on that wall is between 19 and a half and 20. Really,
bunch of your maintenance are all.
Responsibility to the next generation, to teach, to remember, and to lead with character. Different roles, different experiences. One shared responsibility. As these doors open, we will walk together both veterans, leaders, and community. We enter a space of leadership, honor, service, and sacrifice.
She's an auditorium.
Good to see you again. Again, sir.
See you on the golf course. I'll do battle with you on the golf course.
Okay. Yeah. Who's Mr. Flash? Who's Mr. Flash?
Shared responsibility, shared history, and shared
Will be, yeah. Who's Mr. Flash? Who's Mr. Flash?
selfless sacrifice to something much greater than themselves. One community is what stands before you. And as we stand together, I welcome Greg Newman, President and CEO of our chamber, to come forward and lead us as we cut this ribbon and bring one community together.
Thank you very much, Lorenzo. We are so proud to be here to help celebrate this fantastic Remembrance Day with you. So we're going to do an old-fashioned Clovis ribbon cutting. So we'll stage a couple photos and then we'll cut the ribbon. So who's going to cut the ribbon today?
Before we do that, Greg, we're going to have August Flash, a Vietnam veteran, say just a few words.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
As I was told, my name is August Flash. I'm a board member here at the Clovis Veteran Memorial District and member of several veterans organizations. Most importantly, I'm a Vietnam veteran. During my tour of duty, I was a combat vet, and I had the opportunity to work alongside some of the Hmong. And I will tell you that the Hmong were among the most fierce and feared warriors in Vietnam. I was proud to work alongside them. I'm proud of my service, as I'm sure each and every one of them that are here today will tell you. So I'll turn the microphone over to Lorenzo.
And now I would like to invite Neng Shu Vang to provide some comments.
It's right in front of you.
Good morning. กูรู้เบหัวนั่งชื่อว่าอย่าเจนในคนว่าพอตัวในเท่าหรือที่โถในจอเพเจวันนี้กูให้รู้นะกูถอว่าโจรัฐบาลอเมริกายังเฉยๆนะvì tiền lợi tàu khi lúc họ trông cho bây giờกูtu trò thìกูtua bây tua thế chờ nó bây dùng xe thì choกูtu trò US veteran nó tàu mua cái cũng để cho cái chơi rồi bây giờ là veteran tàu chỉ trong nó.
My name is Ning Chu Vang. I am the representative of Gerald Vang Powell's family. We want to thank the American veterans and the United States of America for welcoming us and for working alongside of us these last 50 years. We are honored that we are welcome today with all the Lao veterans together.
Okay, thank you very much, Lorenzo. And thank you for those wonderful words. What a great day. And let's have a great ceremony. So let's hold the scissors. These are very sharp. So August, you want to come right up here? Okay,
We'll
let's
give it
hold
to
it.
August then, we're gonna hold them straight, so we're gonna put it like this.
Take a photo, so everybody look straight ahead, take a photo with the scissors. You good, Christian? Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
They are sharp. They are sharp.
Who's Mr. Flash? Who's Mr. Flash?
Uniform in schools and business or in neighborhoods. Unity without uniformity. Many backgrounds and beliefs joined by shared ideals at its core. The American spirit is not a slogan or a movement in history. It's a living practice, choosing optimism over cynicism, action over apathy, and community over division. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your house, the house that was established in 1946 to welcome our heroes home. And we have never missed the opportunity to make sure that all our heroes are honored and recognized. Today, our Vietnam veterans made this happen. Can we give all of our veterans a big round of applause? At this time, I'm going to ask you all to please stand for the posting of the national colors. Presenting it will be the Air Force ROTC program from Fresno State.
Who's Mr. Flash? Who's Mr. Flash?
Clovis East, members of the Clovis East Choir to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Vietnam veterans have made sure that the challenges that they had to overcome did not define who they are. They rose above that and chose to define the situation by coming back and teaching us how we can strive to be better Americans. I can tell you personally, when I returned to this country after Iraq and Afghanistan and all my deployments, I was welcomed home like a hero. But I was welcomed in a way that I was humbled, and I didn't believe I deserved such a welcome. But I was welcomed in such a way because my fellow brothers and sisters from the Vietnam War were not. And so in October, we took the time to make sure that every one of our Vietnam veterans heard us loud and clear. We see you, we honor you, and your sacrifices do not go unnoticed. And the challenges of yesteryear are not the realities of today. And we wanted them to know that we see you. And the most important part we wanted them to know was something that wasn't said so long ago. Welcome home. And thanks to their efforts, they made all of this possible. They said, we're not done yet. We still have a part of our community, members and warriors with whom we bled with in the jungle, that you, the rest of our community, do not know. And we need to put the light on that reality and make sure that our community, one community, celebrates and breaks bread together, but not before recognizing the challenges and sacrifices that make out the foundation and character of this great community. And so now it's my distinct honor to welcome Paul Kaser, a Vietnam veteran and a member of the Vietnam Veterans of America, to provide some opening remarks.
While assigned to the U.S. Air Force Security and Intel during my 2 tours in the Vietnam Wars, I was privileged. I realize that now more than I did then. Privileged to have had personal contact with many of the native peoples who are our allies in Southeast Asia during that war-torn era. There's no need to tell you, I suppose, about their remarkable aid to us in fighting tyranny. How courageous were their efforts to rescue and care for our downed pilots. Some may not know that the Hmong continued in other ways to fight tyranny. For instance, ground combat, working to interrupt Ho Chi Minh Trail, supplying the enemy, and in so many other ways. And they worked in Laos, Cambodia, and even parts of Vietnam itself. Vietnam War veterans have been thankful for the Hmongs, for the Hmong people, for their contributions to America's security, and for their support of American principles.
At this time,
from their earliest arrival here in May 1976. The National Vietnam Veterans of America emphasizes our wartime and post-war service to the country. The wars may end, but the call to service, the call to duty never ends, and how well the Hmong have shown that. So we recognize them for their wartime and post-war service to this country. And we in turn recognize them for their excellent leadership in American business, religion, the arts, educational programs, and political life. For their continuing service to America, we salute our Hmong brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Hmong veterans sacrificed their life. That's why we are here. We need to remember the Hmong veteran. We need to appreciate each of them and appreciate they sacrifice their life.
Vũ tư mà trong lòng nhiều rồi tôi nành mông thế cái mà cổ bê dòng thế vũ là bự ra là rộng xe cú bộ á chỉ tàu rồi giống này còn muốn đi muốn tới gì nào nữa này giờ con đời nữa họ cũng mua chuyện thế gì đó muốn cho chuyện đó muốn chuyện đó.
The Hmong Americans need to see themselves as embodying leadership, embodying knowledge, embodying the future of this valley. There is a woven tapestry that we are seeing right now being woven before our eyes. And people need to understand, the Hmong need to understand more than anything, that they are a crucial element to the success of this valley, now and in the future as well.
Nên để công bố để nên cho học tế, nên cho cha, để nên một quả, một cho học tế quân được và mình nó, bây giờ mình nhục mong, bây giờ tuân sai mong, bây giờ chỉ nó ha, bây giờ chỉ muốn cho bắt chế, bây giờย้อนจงตัวเป็นตัวเชี่ยbây giờ muốn thoát tàu kia nâng địa tế,ก็เลย包造ในแต่เจียงจีมั่วเน่แต่ในคนเนี่ยว่าจีรู้เจียรู้จีรู้ลาลิจูยีมันเนี่ยจะเชี่ยเรามันตีไทยไปมองไปจะตุ้งจอมดีกาแล้วที่ถึงมันจะเชี่ยเนี่ยไอ้คนเราอยากขอไปย้อนจอมมันจิตตาจิกาว่าเจ้านั้นดาวตรงนี้จ้าวันเนี่ยว่าจีว่าเจ้านั้นดาวจะเจ้าไปจีละเนี่ยคนว่าเจ้าจะไปจะกูตุ้งจ้าจะไปจะเนี่ยกูตุ้งจ้าวันนี้เจ้า
I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, the following organizations or agencies that help organizing this historic event to remember or to recognize our late Gino Vang Pao, the SGU veterans and their families. And without these groups or agencies, we would not be able to be here. And thank you to the City of Clovis, Mayor Wong Monutoa, and all council members and staff, the Keynote and CEO of the Clovis Memorial District, and all the board members and staff. And also to Clovis Unified School District board members and staff, and all the leaders and the community of Clovis. On this day, on January 3rd, 1961, General Vang Pao and U.S. Army Colonel Belair met in Laos for the first time to form the SGU, or Special Guerrilla Unit, to fight communism in Laos. It has been 65 years as today. And that day, on that day, until now, the Hmong and American friendship was established, and we have been strong friendship since then. However, it has been 65 years, and we have been here for 50 years. We are not just friends anymore, but we are part of the United States. We are part of Americans. Our children are born here, our family are born are here, we are not going anywhere. So thank you very much for taking us here, taking our veterans and their families, the Hmong and Lao people to this country. And we are proud to be part of this country today. And we will remember and honor this day for years to come. Thank you, and God bless America. You know, good morning and Happy New Year. How to pay? The near Jatsi, the Kujati, the Janajawa, Nuna Pay, your Halumi Canto Benjila, Taneja Lutz and Kudo Petia. Good morning, honored guests, friends, veterans, and members of the Clovis community.
Today marks a historic moment for our Hmong American community in the city of Clovis. As we come together, we honor the legacy of the late General Vang Pao and the brave SGU veterans who fought alongside our American Vietnam veterans in Laos. Their sacrifices paved the way for us to stand here today, united by a shared hope for a brighter future. As we reflect on our past, I am reminded of these words. Unity is strength. When there are teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. Today we embodied that truth. Our resilience as a community, our love for family, our commitment to kindness, and our belief in freedom in the pursuit of happiness for all remains the foundation of who we are and how we move forward together. We honor the men and women who serve with courage, and we recognize the families who support them with steadfast faith. In their stories, we find our own faces of perseverance, hearts of service, and a shared responsibility to lift one another up. Clovis is our home, and we are committed to being good stewards of this great city. To that end, we come together not as isolated groups, but as one community with common goals to support veterans and their families, to educate and inspire our youth, and to build bridges of understanding among diverse communities. I would like to express heartfelt gratitude to those who made this event possible today. To Lorenzo Rios, President and CEO of the Clovis Veterans Memorial District, whose leadership helped bring us together today. To Yolanda Moore in the Clovis Unified School District for partnering as a host. And to Clovis Mayor Vang Monutuan in the city of Clovis for their dedication to honoring our veterans and our heritage. Your efforts remind us that when we work together, we can achieve meaningful things and change. As we commemorate this milestone, let us reaffirm our commitment to unity, to support one another, to listen with empathy, and to act with courage. May we carry forward the spirit of our veterans and ensure that their sacrifices are never forgotten. Let our actions today plant seeds of collaboration that will grow for generations, inspiring, empowering, and cultivating our community in Clovis and beyond. We also acknowledge that unity requires ongoing effort. It calls for us to create opportunities, mentorship for our youth, scholarships for aspiring students, and programs that honor our elders while teaching our history to younger generation. Together, we can build a future where every family in Clovis feels seen, heard, and valued. Thank you to our friends and family in Clovis for being here with us today. On behalf of the Fresno Center, SGU veterans and families of California, and Lao Veterans of America, we express our gratitude for the recognition of our community and, most importantly, for honoring our sacrifices. In closing, I leave you with a guiding thought. We are connected not by sameness alone, but by a shared dedication to liberty, dignity, and service. If we walk forward in unity, there is no limit to what we can achieve for our veterans, our family, and our city. Thank you, and God bless everyone. Before I get off the stage, I do have a token of appreciation for the Clovis Veteran Memorial. Can I have the CEO, Lorenzo, join me on stage? I also have a token of appreciation to Mayor Vang Monutua and the leadership at the city of Clovis. Mayor Wong, can you join us on stage? And then also Yolanda Moore with Clovis Unified School District and all the leadership at the school district for making today possible. Can I have Cher, the president of the SGU, and Tsekyai, the former president of the Lao Veterans Institute of America, also join me on stage to present the token of appreciation. This is a token of appreciation. Inside this plaque is a Hmong instrument. It's called the Keng. It's a bamboo flute instrument. And we have a group that will be performing using that instrument today as well. At the same time, we also have a book for you. And then we also have a medal for 50 years of freedom for the Hmong community that we gave out to our veterans and significant individuals that have major impact in our Hmong community. So those medals are also given to the three of you as well. Thank you. Can you make a picture?
Just a historical background. My father's rank of military general was commissioned not by the United States Defense Department, but by His Majesty King Sisavavatana of the Kingdom of Laos. So it is an honor for me to be joined by His Excellency Dadu Pasaitam on stage today. As our speakers have mentioned before us, and as we watch the wonderful and brilliant slideshow put forth before us today, I'd like to thank, first of all, Lorenzo Rios, the CEO of Clovis Veterans Memorial, Mayor Vong Wanatwa, and the entire city of Clovis, and the Clovis Unified School District, among many other groups who came together to put this highly important but auspicious, momentous occasion to recognize our Hmong SGU soldiers. As you can see, their numbers are dwindling today. We started off about 30,000, and now there's probably no more than 2,000 to 3,000 left. We have many friends in the audience who advocated and lobbied for our Hmong SGU, and one notable mention is the Honorable Congressman Jim Costa, who's in the audience today. Congressman, please give him a round of applause. Thank you very much, Congressman. We each have our own story to tell, whether it's an individual story or a family story or a community or a national story. But the Hmong story is highly unique, starting off in the Kingdom of Laos, where the Hmong immigrated from southern China because of persecution. Because the Hmong, if you translate the word Hmong, it means to be free. And as different linguistically, culturally, idealistically we may think of each other, our beliefs and ideals are one of the same. It is deeply interwoven and rooted in the love of democracy. So therefore, my story today as the youngest son of the late General Vang Pao, how he led his people through hardship and difficulties to defend and protect a country that he loved and he swore allegiance and loyalty to, starting off with His Majesty King Sisavavatana of the Kingdom of Laos. But he built a reputation for him as a young boy on the onslaught of World War II, fighting the imperialist Japanese with the French volunteer forces. And it was through that reputation that he gradually built himself up. And through the rise of the Soviet Empire and the Iron Curtain in the 50s and 60s, the Truman Doctrine gave birth to the containment of communism and the domino theory. Now we apply these doctrines to 1958-59, when the United States administration at that time was outgoing US President Dwight D. Eisenhower. And a newly elected President John F. Kennedy would be sworn in not too long after. But it was in the December meeting that Eisenhower told Kennedy, your biggest issue is going to deal with the containment of communism, especially in Asia, dealing with Red China, the rise of the Soviets, and throughout the world. The United States military then crafted an operation uniquely specialized for the Kingdom of Laos, as Laos was declared a neutral country. No foreign combat boots were allowed on Laotian soil. Yet, to none of our surprise, the Soviets and the Chinese would violate that. Therefore, the Kennedy administration acted. Operation Momentum, which has lasted for about a year, was initiated by the US government and the administration. But it quickly grew to become Project Hotfoot on January 22nd, 1959, all the way until April 1961, which uniquely becomes the greater operation of Operation White Star. And that is where today, as we celebrate the Hmong American friendship, the legacy and the history of our SU soldiers, it was two distinct men that gave rise to all of this, of why we are here today and why we're honoring and celebrating what we are today. The first gentleman goes by the name of Bill Lim. The second gentleman goes by the name of Vang Pao, who happens to be my father. And how fitting it is, 65 years ago on a cold January mountain morning, Bill Lim, who traversed all the way from Thailand to Laos to look for a man by the name Vang Pao, who was still fighting communist elements, hiding in the jungle. It took Bill Lim days to locate my father. But with success, it would come soon. And through a simple handshake, a Hmong-US military alliance that was not only special but strategic was formed. My father was only tasked with 3 things, and my father only requested about 3 to 4 things from the United States. Give us the weapons. My soldiers have families that need to be taken care of. Train my soldiers. And if things don't end up well, don't abandon us. That was the contract signed through a simple handshake in 1961. Gave rise to these men and women we see here today. As Paul mentioned earlier, 3 tasks were given to the Hmong, 3 important tasks: to disrupt communist supply lines that traversed and transited through Laos into South Vietnam, bypassing the DMZ, which a lot of our Vietnam vets know very well, as they were stationed in South Vietnam. Secondly, was to help protect and defend strategic covert U.S. military operation sites inside Laos. For example, Lima Site 85, which is known as Pupati, was a tactical air navigational system radar that guided U.S. bombers over the skies of North Vietnam. And this was a covert site operated by the USAF. Not too long after, the North Vietnamese would find out, and they would successfully destroy it inside Laos. But the Hmong and the Lao soldiers also paid a price defending it. And last but not least, as we just heard from Paul earlier, to help down and rescue U.S. pilots. And a few names as a testament to this, and many of the elements of which surrounded the Hmong SGU and my father and the CIA remain very classified today. Only few have been declassified, but Captain Jim Russell, Captain Chuck Engel, Raven 26, Captain Gerald Young, shot down in 1967, Theodore Dengler, 1966, when his A-1 Sky Raider was shot down, Colonel Phil Cochran in 1970 with his CH-3E helicopter, and Colonel Heel Hamilton and First Lieutenant Mark Clark in 1972 are just a few, but one more. Charles Frederick Klausman in 1964 with his RF-8A Crusader. which was a reconnaissance aircraft. These men vouched for what the Hmong Lao soldiers did, traversing enemy territory to rescue their fellow brethren and allied pilots. In the process, some were successful, other attempts were unsuccessful, and our U.S. pilots remain missing in action to this day. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a distinct honor for me to stand on the stage today to address all of you as my father's youngest son. And I'm so proud of all our SGU veterans and our veterans from different conflicts that all defended and protected our great republic, our great nation, our freedom and our democracy. And so I leave off with this message from our late President Ronald Reagan. And I quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed down to them to do the same, or one day we will spend our sunset telling our children and our children's children that it was like what it was like in the United States when men were free." And so with that note, the Hmong American and the Lao Hmong American community today, as Mr. Cher said, we are proud Americans. We became Americans before even setting foot on U.S. soil when my father took that handshake. Many Hmong knew how to fly planes before driving cars, if you could believe that. Women became nurses, teachers. My father expanded social programs with the rank of military general. He was just a military figure, but he was able to transform his entire people and their livelihoods for the better. And as Moses led his people from Egypt from hardship and enslavement, my father also was our Moses and led his people to their new promised land of these United States of America. So may God continue to bless each and every single one of us. May God continue to bless our brave men and women who serve in the United States Armed Forces today, who serve to defend our country, our national security, and our freedom. May God continue to bless our heroes, our veterans, no matter which conflict. And may God continue to bless these United States of America. Thank you.
My fellow Americans, Happy New Year. This morning, I, along with Mayor Pro Tem Diane Pierce, Council members Glenn Ashbeck, Drew Bessinger, and Matt Basco, welcome you to the city of Clovis. We are also joined by our exceptional staff, led by our city manager, Andy Hausler, and all the police and fire staff that are here. Clovis is renowned for our motto, a way of life, or better yet, the Clovis way of life. Many may not know that at the core of our way of life, within the very fiber of who we are and what this community is about, can be found in our vision. Our vision states, Clovis is more than a city. It is a place to call home, where shared values, diverse perspectives, and a commitment to one another come together to create a thriving, cherished community. We aspire to be a beacon of unity, safety, prosperity, innovation, and sustainable living, ensuring that Clovis is always more than just a place to live, but rather a place to belong. Anyone who has lived, worked, or visited Clovis has experienced this vision woven like a common thread in the people, in the businesses, organizations, and the public servants. Clovis expects nothing less, especially if we're going to call this place our home. It does have to be cherished, thriving, and treasured. I greet us as Americans because that's exactly who we all are. What a privilege and an honor to have been welcomed into a nation that calls its residents Americans. Truth is, the Hmong have more of an American spirit than a Laotian or Hmong spirit. I say that because most every living Hmong person who came to America after the fall of the Kingdom of Laos has lived in America longer than in Laos. This is true even of my parents. They came when they were 39 and 37 years old with 10 kids. And this year marks 50 years of us living in America. Mom and Dad, thank you for choosing America and for teaching us to love this homeland. This spirit was very evident during the Secret War when our parents chose to fight for a life of freedom versus a life under communist rule. I would like to take a moment to honor and remember all the Secret War veterans here today, and those who paid the ultimate sacrifice in order for all of us to have this life here. We love you and appreciate you. I also want to sincerely thank the veteran groups, the American veteran groups here who have given special recognition to our Hmong veterans. There is a respect and understanding among soldiers and veterans that goes beyond words. We can learn a lot from all of you. In the late 70s, Clovis welcomed the first families of Hmong refugees. These families, along with all other Hmong in America, are the 50-year results of the refugees from Laos. The Hmong refugees resettled across the globe produced one glaring truth. America is the greatest nation under God's green earth. Compared to all other nations where the Hmong resettled, America has produced the greatest numbers of successful, educated, and wealthy families in the broadest fields and careers. We are living proof that the American dream, the American spirit, is alive and well. Because of all that, the Hmong family loves America. We all should love America. She turns 250 years this year. And remarkably, all of our stories can be celebrated as part of the American story. Clovis honors, recognizes, thanks, and celebrates the many contributions of the Hmong community to our Central Valley, but especially to Clovis. In addition, we support and stand with the Hmong community as we work together to make Clovis an even better home for everyone. May the Lord continue to bless us and keep us. May the Lord make his face shine upon us and be gracious to us. May the Lord lift his countenance upon us and give us peace. To show our gratitude and appreciation for those who have participated or put this together, I would like to call up the Clovis Veterans Memorial District, Clovis Unified School District, Fresno SGU, Lao Veterans of America, the Fresno Center, and the Clovis Cemetery District. On behalf of our Congressman Vince Vaughn, Supervisor Nathan Magsig, Senator Shannon Grove, Assembly Member David Tangipa, and Supervisor Nathan Magsig, and our city, we have certificates, and we're giving you our flag, so if you remember that we do have a flag that we hang here in the city of Clovis as well. So if you can come up, we're just gonna give that to you real quickly so that way we don't waste any time. So the members that I just called can come up.